Assalamu alaikum, peace and blessings. I pray that all is well and you all are in the best of health and spirits. It is your sister, Denise Renee Muhammad, and my brother, Sean Ali. We're coming on this evening for our Health and Wellness Power Hour. As you come in, go ahead and share the video for us. Sharing is caring. Sharing is caring. Assalamu alaikum, brother Sean.
Wa alaikum assalam, sis.
How are you?
All is well, alive and well.
Yes, sir. The best way to be. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, sir. So, our topic today is the proper food for thought. And what sparked that in my mind, I was reading in How to Eat to Live, and the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, we can eat all the best foods, doing everything the fast, but if we don't have the proper food for thought, none of it is gonna work. So
Mm,
that's um that's what I've been thinking about today.
mm, I mean, yeah, go ahead, expound on that real quick and I'm gonna go ahead. Since you go
Yes,
I
sir.
mean, what was you seeing when you
Yeah, it's back to everything starts in the mind. What we've
mm,
discussed before, everything starts in the mind. And we can do all of these supplements, CMOS, vitamins, etc. But if we're dealing with negative thoughts, it produces a chemical which is not going to allow the proper foods and the fasting and
mm,
all of that to work if we're not
mm,
thinking right and having
mm.
proper food for thought. And then what is the proper food for thought?
Wow. That's deep right there.
Yeah.
Hey, well, that was deep right there because you hit on quite a few different um beautiful area all at the same. I mean, they all in the same group, but it's like you said, when the fasting and the eating, all these things that people are doing, be like, I've been doing it for 5 years, 10 years, but they
Right.
really haven't gotten better.
Exactly.
Physically, like you haven't lost the weight, you haven't gained the weight, you haven't did this, you still, and it doesn't take that long
Right.
to overcome anything that the body is going through.
Right.
Unless the broken bone is the longest thing it takes to heal. Yeah, I mean, yeah, So you know what I mean? Like when we and that's a great point. And okay, here's an example. Right now, a current example. I'm not into football, but I'm seeing his story pop up on my timeline, and that's the quarterback, the white boy, Aaron Rodgers.
Hmm.
The first game of the season, in like the first 5 minutes, he tore his Achilles tendons, right? And he had just got traded to that team, so it was like, oh man, he was supposed to do something because he had bad blood with the team he left. So everybody was looking for him to show off. But then it was like, damn, the first play basically of your career with this new team, you tear. And usually in sports, that's you ain't coming, you're not, and he's older. So they like, damn, this is how he's going to end his career. But this dude is talking about coming back before the season is over. And now the story is, what is he doing?
Right.
See, the story was at first like, oh man, now this he's walking, he got video, he's doing things that physically he shouldn't have been able to do a few years ago.
Wow.
The proper and I seen a clip of his interview and he was like, man, I told myself. You
Hmm.
dig? Like I told myself
Right.
this is right.
This,
Listen. And
this is what it's going to be. Yes.
he found the doctors that went with his thinking was, and he is literally an example of willing myself.
Mm.
from an illness. You man,
Right, right,
but
right. And
you
that
say,
reminds me, Brother Sean, of the placebo effect,
mm, wow, yes, yes, that
Yeah.
placebo, right,
Awesome.
right. See, and that's what. But you asked what was the proper food for thought, and it's not reading a book. It's not necessarily a biblical scripture or even a Quranic scripture or prayer. None of that, because you tell your body is designed for you. You know what I mean? Like it's not an external anything. It's all internal. So that proper food of thought has to begin with, me.
Right.
It can't and that's where I think that this could oh God help me lose the weight. God didn't help you put the weight on. You know what I mean?
Right.
God help me overcome cancer. That's cool, but cancer is an abnormal growth of one of your cells. It's your lifestyle that causes cancer, not God or the devil. So you
Right.
know what I mean? It's like
Yes.
in since we don't
Cause
go
and
on ourselves, but we miss that power.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it takes years to fix something that could be done in a matter of days or hours,
Right. Yes,
unless
sir.
you got a broken bone. Because you're not. I
Yeah.
haven't figured out how to heal a bone that quick yet. But
Right.
almost anything else, man, it's up to you. You're just like you go to the medical professionals and they ask you what's your pain threshold, 0 to 10, because I can't see pain. You have to tell me. You like this
Right.
is all you have to tell me the condition of yourself, right?
Yes, sir.
That's our power though,
Love it.
and it's a lack of knowledge. Look, it's a lack of knowledge. We and the Bible says my people are destroyed
Destroyed
for a
for the
lack of
lack
knowledge.
of knowledge. That's right.
So we have no idea when it comes to control over myself and moving myself. I can only do what I know. That's first and foremost. So if only thing I know is my arm, leg, arm, head, that's the only thing I'm going to ever practice moving. So I'm only doing arms and curls and squats and this. I'm not doing mental and emotional exercises. I'm not doing the other exercises to move the different body parts. So it's
Right.
eat this to improve your lymphatic system. Eat this to improve your liver. To improve. These are all organs inside of me. I don't need to eat. But look, hold on. Look, but if I don't know my body, you see, I can't see through my skin. Hold up now. I can't
Wait a
see through
minute.
my
Wait.
skin. I can't see through my skin. So I don't know what the organs are
Wow.
at, what they look like. So I say my stomach is hurting and I'm all my stomach, but my stomach isn't even here. My stomach is the stomach sits right here. This is an adequate rendition of where your organs are at in your body. The stomach is protected. So cage, the liver is right here. So if you have stomach pains will be right here in the upper quadrants. These are the hypochondriac quadrants. Hypo means above. This is the organs and the tissues right here. The ilium or iliac is here, and this is the bottom portion is the lower intestine. But you can't say my stomach is hurting and you anywhere but here. That's not just. This is my. This is my intestine.
Right.
We're going to stop saying gut. There is no gut. This is no. That's a layman's term to trick you because there's no. These are the organs, right?
Right.
So we have the stomach right here. We have the liver right here. You got your pancreas. The gallbladder is connected to the liver. The large intestine, small intestines. That's our digestive system. these are smooth muscles, meaning, or they supposed to mean that you can't move them voluntarily. Because we have
Right.
striated and non-striated. Striated are the what connects our bones together, our voluntary muscles. But if I can't move these on purpose, I can move my obliques and my abdominals and my pectorials, and it will move them. You see, like see, oh, if I'm moving, see how they see, so I'm moving them. Right.
Right.
So that's peristalsis is how the digestive, all smooth muscle moves involuntary. So peristalsis is what the involuntary movement of the digestive system is called. And it's just like a wave. So it's slow. When you swallow that food, that's the only time you can force that food down your throat. Even then, you're using your throat muscles to swallow and push that food down. See, so now you pushing it with your swallow, with your muscles, right?
Right.
With the muscles, you can voluntarily move. Boom. So if you get up, and this is the importance, one of the importance of exercise, and one of the deadly side effects of being sedentary, because when you're not moving, you that peristalsis is even slower.
Mm.
Your lymphatic system isn't moving. So when you get up, and the messengers say walking is the best medicine. So when I'm
Right.
walking, look at all of them. I'm hitting everything. Look at all of them. I'm hitting everything right there. Right? See, so I'm
Right.
moving, and if you look at the back, see
And look, Brother
the
Sean
adrenals.
is ready today, y'all.
I'm trying to tell y'all now.
You threw me
See,
with that. I was like, what?
see, see, we got the adrenals in the back. So a lot of that sciatic nerve, what we think is that, a lot of that low lumbar pain is not, it's referred pain. It's coming from those kidneys, because that's where the kidneys are at, right
Right.
in that lower back area. And if
That's
we
right.
are always under stress, see, we are always activating the kidneys and in the adrenal glands, which sit in that same area. And that's that lower back. That's that, because they're constantly activated. They're constantly, we got this people saying drink 8 glasses of water a day or whatever that foolishness is. We are over activating these organs.
Mm.
They aren't meant to be activated that much, because they're smooth tissue. They move very, it's a slow process, man. You know what I mean?
Right.
Right. So,
Overworking the organs, eating
right,
3 and 4 times a day.
right.
Yeah.
And that's when your diaphragm separates that kidney, your thoracic from your abdominal area, right?
Right.
So when we breathing, the chest or the ribs, they have a little flexibility, but they're made to be kind of rigid to protect these vital organs. So when breathing with the chest, you can't expand the chest that much. So this is why chest breathing is breathing wrong. So the diaphragm, now the obliques and the abdominals, they go out. So when we push those muscles out, that diaphragm comes down, pushes all of these organs down, but it also pushes the lungs down. It pulls the lungs down. And that's how you get a deep breath. When you push your muscles back in, it pushes that diaphragm up. It squeezes the lungs. Because these are smooth muscles. This is how we use our voluntary muscles to empower, strengthen, improve, heal, make ourselves healthy, and any other good word you can use.
Right.
This is how because you can't move these muscles on your own. You don't move your lungs. You create that suction, that space, which creates that suction, which
Right.
pulls your lungs. Right. You feel what I'm saying? You create that force that pushes them in to deflate your lungs. We learning today, man. I'm trying to tell you. Listen, I'm pretty sure after today, y'all gonna see a couple of people with these shirts on. But remember when you seen it first.
Right.
Remember when you got this information.
Saw it here.
Right. See, look, you got your. This is where.
Salam, brother Kente.
Go ahead. You got. Go ahead, sis. You can. I mean, by all means, I want you to jump in too, because this is your topic.
I was greeting brother.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's. Yeah. No, go ahead. What? Finish what you were saying.
No, but that's when we're looking at the proper mental food, the proper mental thoughts. If you don't know that you can move your body, you're not going to produce the proper mental thought to move it. You're going to be stuck with just reaching and pulling and putting stuff in your mouth. See, you're going to be stuck with your arm, leg, arm, head. But if you look at that spinal column, see that wherever that vertebrae stops, if your arms is here. So anything you need to do is coming off of the vertebrae from the brain. If you got to move your leg, your kidneys, everything is connected to this vertebrae. That's why I said they say you can't move it, but it's connected to the vertebrae. Listen, everything that's connected to the vertebrae is connected to the brain. Anything connected to the brain, I can control.
Yeah, that's some food for thought. That's some proper food for thought.
Exactly. You dig what I'm saying? So we just gotta see it. See, this is a great representation, because even with the rib cage on, you can see how the liver and the stomach is up. It's not down here. So anything below your navel is basically your intestines. Because the stomach is up here. The stomach doesn't extend past the bottom of the rib. I mean, it can, because it can get big, but the stomach empties versus the intestines, they swell. So when that fupa, that lower stomach, that's not stomach. That's not stomach. That's intestines that are swelling up. You see what I'm saying? So you're right. And you got that subcutaneous fat, that visceral fat, and the intestines have the ability to swell. So when we're constantly eating, right? We're constantly eating. The stomach, this is the duodenum. This is where the messenger tells us we don't want to wear out our stomach. This is one of the reasons he teaches us to eat at no more than one meal in a 24-hour period.
Right.
So when we eat, when food comes out of the stomach, very, 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 very small amounts, because what comes out of the stomach is acidic. So when it hits to the duodenum, which is right here, this is the duodenum going into the small intestines. The pancreas and the gallbladder, they secrete their enzymes to neutralize the acid, raise the pH, to help the fat and all of the other nutrients to continue to digest. So as that food travels to the small intestines, it's ready to be absorbed and sent to the liver to be distributed throughout the body. But when we eat breakfast, right, and you're eating a lot of all of these different elements, so your pancreas and your gallbladder, they done secreted all their enzymes. Now you come around and you eat lunch. Now they are overworking because they don't have enough to do all of these meals a day. This is where the damage comes from. So your pancreas is so involved with digestion, it has a problem secreting and making insulin. So a lot of the insulin problem, look, you mind if we go there real quick, sis?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, let's because I know we got somebody listening
Yeah.
with the insulin problem. So when you eating all of this food, you hijack your pancreas. Now the pancreas, because it has to secrete the enzyme to raise the pH of the food, so it won't burn out and create ulcers in your duodenum and small intestines. So
Mhm.
this is where a lot of the ulcers come from because the pancreas can't make enough enzymes to raise the pH. So you have a lot of acid coming in your intestines, a lot of acidic food. This is where it comes from because we overeating. So now it creates an insulin problem or an insulin production problem, right? In the pancreas. Another
Mhm.
one, we can make insulin. The insulin is being secreted, is going to the cell. But your insulin is bringing glucose. Glucose is energy, but you're not doing nothing. You done woke up and you've been sitting since you woke up. Your body doesn't need so the glucose that's already in the cell it hasn't used.
Right.
So now you got somebody at the door. It's glucose knocking at the like, hey, but it can't come in because it's at capacity. The fire department said can't nobody else come in. So we don't. This is the side effects of a sedentary lifestyle. See, we're not using the energy because glucose makes ATP, which makes energy. So you can
Right.
flex your muscles, so you can move. But if
Moves.
you aren't moving, you are using. So now the insulin becomes backed up at your cell, in your
Right.
bloodstream, waiting on you to use the glucose.
Right.
Man, see, it's
Wow.
that easy. Get up, move something.
Yes, sir. Wow.
But that's yeah, this is this. I told you I had a new prop for us.
You did. I wasn't ready for that.
That's why I
I
put the
was not
circle. I
ready.
say, nah, I ain't gonna come out with it. I'm gonna ease it in. Yeah,
I
yeah,
didn't even
yeah,
see you put it on.
yeah, yeah. That's what was taking me quite a little few minutes before the show because I was looking for my cover up shirt and I was like, man,
Oh, okay.
where's my button up shirt? You know, but yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah,
Praise be to Allah.
that's awesome. Great
Yeah,
visual. Great visual.
yeah.
Yeah. Food for thought, definitely.
That's it.
Food for
We
thought.
gotta we have to, and you as a healthcare practitioner, you know, some people like being sick because that's
Yes.
the only time they get attention. That's the only time they get some, oh, you all right? So whether it's from the doctor, because if they're not getting it at home, they'll get sick to go to the doctor. So somebody is just
Right.
to feel like somebody is taking care of them.
Yeah.
Right. So you have to, this is a part of that food for thought, proper food. Like, do you want to be healed? Because it doesn't take a broken bone is the longest thing that should be that should take the repair in your body. Everything else, it doesn't take that long. If if with the right healthcare practitioner, I'm saying.
Right. Yeah, and that goes to that saying of nothing's more powerful than a made up mind.
Mm, mm, mm. And that's. But if you don't know these parts, if
Right.
all you are stuck with is this, because we can't see through our skin, so it's easy to because we just coming up with that a mental picture. But if it's
Mhm.
based on an inaccurate model, we won't know. And then if we're getting because we're not all the same. Original people, they can't find a beginning to us. They found the beginning to Chinese people. They know when they started. They know when Japan started. So, right. So they know when the Europeans, Greeks started. They know when everybody else started but us. So our anatomy and physiology and biology is not the same. That stuff where we get these limitations, that's not us because they are models of us, renditions of us. So they right, we didn't necessarily birth. They came through manipulation, not from a black man and black woman wanting to procreate. So that's a whole different physical, biological, chemical makeup. Ours that we don't know. We definitely need to understand that. And that's part of what we're doing here at this show. We are rewriting and writing our own.
Right.
Yes.
And that's knowledge of self on a whole deeper level. Knowing how your body works, anatomy.
Yes. So if you grab your abdominal region anywhere below your navel, that's not your stomach. And if you understand that right, now when you go to try to address it, you won't be grabbing medicine that treats your stomach because that's not your stomach.
Right.
See, that's where a lot of we get stuck at because we don't know where this stuff is at. So we grabbing stuff and it's a lot of referred pain. So we don't know these sciences. So my stomach, we go and get some stomach medicine. That stuff don't work because it's not the stomach. You see what I'm saying? Like it don't work because that's not what's wrong with you. But hey, we got you over here, man. Listen, we got you. We got you.
Let's see. We have a comment here, brother Kente. I can see, he says, I can see that through the grafting process of Yakub's teachings.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that was a process.
Yeah.
And he didn't even live to see the completion of it.
No. I mean, I'm going to live to see the end of it, though.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I'm how to eat to live. Hey, a diet of Navy beans will give you a lifespan of 140 years. Man, my daughter sits right there. She would tell you, I eat Navy beans every day. I eat bean soup every day. Every day.
That's what we're supposed to do.
Hey, man.
Want to live.
I mean, I want to, yes. But, that's where these organs, they don't need a lot because they're not meant to be used a lot, right? So it's not like my arms that need a steady flow of carbs and fat and protein because I'm always working my arms. So if I eat one meal a day, my stomach doesn't need nutrients. It does. My pancreas, my small intestines, large, they don't need nothing because I'm not exercising them. I'm not using them that much. So they're not drawing energy from my body. So if you look at the spinal column, all of the abdominals, that's in the lumbar. So the thoracic, when that thoracic stops, that's the chest. So all of these are going into the digestive system and the reproductive system. So look at where this is the highway, the spine. So when I'm thinking, I got beta waves. That means I'm imaginative. That means I'm learning. That means I'm building. That means I'm engineering. I'm creating, right? Those are the beta waves. Now, when I become aroused, either sexually or hunger, that power now travels down the spine all the way down here to activate those organs.
Right.
So this is where my power is at. I'm easily led in the wrong direction, hard to lead in the right. Take the teachings of the 10% on face value. I believe in, I worship that which I know not. That's the definition of who is the 85%. Because my power is here. But when I fast and I pray I shut these organs off, and my power now rises back up to my spine, to my brain. See, and now I'm back on those beta waves, man. Look at them beta waves. I'm trying to tell you.
Yes, yes,
Whew.
yes. And if you stuck, or what was that word I like? Emotionally hijacked.
Yeah.
Not handling stress well, that's where aromatherapy can come in and help you with that. Rosemary is good for um, mental clarity. Lemon essential oil is good for mental clarity. Um, yeah, to clear that brain fog so you can get the proper food for thought.
Yes. Yes. And that would, yes, exactly. 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 You would know you would know the difference between what I need and what I want.
Right.
Because right, you know what I'm saying? Like we don't
Yes.
need that much from food. I could want that much from food. So if I get that proper way of thinking and that proper food, that clear mind that aromatherapy can help me achieve. Now, when it comes to feeding myself, I can eat for what I need versus eating emotionally, eating for this, eating for that,
Right.
compensating for this. Cause you see what I'm saying? Like getting
Yes.
that dopamine fix from food versus I'm getting nutrition from food. I'm getting my dopamine from my thinking.
Right. Right.
Oh, oh, boy, that was right. I like
Yes.
that right there.
That was powerful.
Yeah,
Wa
yeah,
alaikum salam, Sister Jerry. Thank you for tuning in. Yes, sir. That
yeah.
was powerful.
That's the thing. You know, we shut this down. We shut these down. That's why heartburn hurts. Because your stomach is hugging the heart. It's at the bottom of that when that acid builds up. Oh, and the esophagus runs right by the heart. You know.
Wow.
Yeah, man. They say on the right side is your respiratory system. You get that left side pain. That's because that's where your heart is at, right,
Heart
right
is.
there. Yeah, right, right. So, but if the pain is coming from here, that's supposed to be indicative of respiratory.
Right. Yes, sir. Yeah, this was a good talk tonight. Thank
Praise
you
be
all
to
for tuning in with us. We had an abbreviated show tonight, but we'll
yeah,
be back next week,
yeah,
inshallah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
All
You know,
right.
this is social media, so it's 24 hours anyway.
Yes.
You know, it ain't no coming off on that. You know, so for those you know that caught it live, we appreciate you. We definitely do. You know, and those that catch it on that replay, we appreciate you just as well. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you. All right, Brother Sean. That is it. We're going to close it out. Assalamu alaikum, and thank you all for tuning in.
Like my